If you look on social media, there's no shortage of your favorite social media influencers telling you how important it is to set goals. And I feel like in today's society, everyone is so interested in seeing how they can get to the next level, make sure that they're moving the needle forward. It's certainly something that I've been interested in for the past couple of years, and frankly, it's one of the only ways that I've been able to get any sort of success in my life. And I think it's very important that to get to the next level, you have to find a good way that's structured, that works well for you, and ensures that you have more successes than failures. So today I wanted to share 3 different sort of mindset shifts that helped me out when it came to goal setting. And this was all taken from Twitter, where I saw so many of my favorite social media influencers, people like Matt Gray or Alex Hormozy or Dan Coe, talking about goal setting. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I should share some of the ways that goal setting has helped me and maybe some ways that it can help you. So, of course, I'm bringing the notepad out because I always like to make sure that I write notes with the intention of being able to help people. And I just don't want to forget any important bits, especially if I'm driving. I'm not going to be driving right now because it's not, it's already one thing that I'm filming while driving and looking at the camera every once in a while, but I don't think reading the notepad is going to add to that. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about on my list is to incorporate new goals into existing routines. And I have a couple of examples of this, but essentially, when you're trying to get a new goal, you don't really want to have to craft out net new time in your day to be able to accomplish that goal, right? Think about all the different things you have for the day. And now imagine when you get home, or maybe you have to wake up earlier, you have to add another barrier to your existing day, right? So on top of having to wake up and get coffee, get ready for work, now you're like, I need an extra half an hour or an extra hour to do XYZ thing. Or maybe after work when you're already tired, or maybe you hit the gym, you're physically tired, you're mentally tired, you want to do other things like hang out with your family, hang out with your wife, your kids, whatever it may be. Now you're also thinking, oh, now I gotta add another hour of this. Wouldn't it be nice if you can figure out a way to add the goal into an already existing routine so you're not adding net new time? Well, let me explain to you how this works, okay? And I have a couple of examples here. I have a golden retriever. His name is Sawyer. You guys saw him in that first clip in the beginning of the video. He's actually 6 years old. Fantastic dog. I could not have asked for a better dog. I also have a dachshund. That's my wife's dog. His name is Benji. He's also a fantastic dog, and they're best friends, and I couldn't have asked for a better couple. Okay? So, when I was training Sawyer, I did take him to a training class, but there's some things that I did because I knew, frankly, I didn't want to have to tell myself, oh, after work I got to train Sawyer for like an hour, because that just wasn't fun. So here's some things that I did. When I was teaching him how to sit and stay, what I would do is, as I'm serving him his food, I would teach him at that moment to sit and also stay. So I would say sit, and he would sit, and then I would say stay, and he would stay. And I would put his food down, and I would keep reinforcing the sit and stay. So effectively, I'm saying, do not move until I put your food down and I say it's okay. So in this way, I'm doing it in the same routine that I'm feeding him his food. I'm not adding any new time, right? And over time, he got really good at sit and stay because he was hungry. And he knew that if he did the thing, he would get the food. So it worked out really well. Here's some other things I did. If I was going to go out with him, right, when I opened the door, I would tell him to sit and stay. And I would open the door, and if he moved, I would close the door again and say, nope, you got to sit and stay. I would open the door. If he sit and stayed, and it did well, I would say, okay, and he can move. So now he's already learning the new commands without me having to carve extra time. I think a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to wake up half an hour earlier. I'm going to have this whole grand training session. It's going to be awesome. But odds are it's going to be very hard to do that because, we have limited time in the day. So we have to figure out ways to incorporate these new goals into existing established routines. And this is definitely one way that you can do that. And I have a lot of other examples here too. So drinking water is something that's very important to me, especially as someone who is somewhat active and goes to the gym. I try to go to the gym every single weekday, Monday to Friday. I always heard that drinking water was a great thing. I mean, we've all heard this, right? But a lot of us don't drink enough water. A lot of us will try and say, I'm gonna take a gallon. They'll set some goal like I'm gonna take a gallon of water to work today. I'm gonna drink it. You don't have that measure. There is no concrete goal that you're trying to fulfill there. So I gave myself a very simple challenge. I work a 9 to 5 job. I'm mostly productive from 9 to 12. That's my most productive hours. And then I have a lunch break from 12 to 1. And then from 1 to 5, I do the rest of my work. So I said, okay, let me challenge myself to do 2 glasses of water before 12, 1 glass of water from 12 to 1 during my lunch break, and then 2 more glasses of water from 1 to 5 rather. So from 9 to 12, that's 3 hours. I have 3 hours to drink 2 glasses of water. I think anyone can do that. And then from 12 to 1 during my lunch break, I mean, it's just good to drink water during a lunch break. You want to make sure the food goes down easily. And then after that, from 1 to 5, I have another 4 hours to drink 2 glasses of water. And this gives me 5 glasses of water every single day. But the thing is, I've now broken this into measurable tasks, right? It's very easy in those time blocks to do it. And guess what? Let's say one particular morning I'm very thirsty, and from 9 to 10 I drink my 2 glasses of water. I can stop there if I want, or I can keep going. And if I keep going, it's just going to add, maybe I'll get more benefit. I'm not really sure like when diminishing returns come from drinking water, but you can imagine that you can always add more. You don't want to go less, but you can always add more. Or if not, maybe you're going a little slower, it's okay. You have 3 hours to down those 2 glasses of water. You see, I'm incorporating this into my day, and I'm not making it such a chore. If you take a gallon of water to work, you don't know when to drink it. Do I drink now? Do I drink during lunch? Do I drink at 4? 4 comes around, do I gotta chug the whole gallon of water? That's like such a massive task. It's not gonna be fun to do, and odds are I'm not gonna do it. Okay, another thing is walking. Walking is such an incredible thing to do for your fitness, and here's how I incorporate it into my day. I purposely park on the top of the parking garage I'm at work, and I purposely take the stairs going down. Again, I can get my steps just by going to work. Okay, the same way that I drive to work, the same way that I have to walk into the office, I can add a little bit of a challenge there so I get my steps, but the net goal is the same. I'm getting to my desk. I'm not adding new time. I'm not saying after work I'm going to walk an hour. I'm going to wake up an hour earlier to walk. No, I'm just trying to figure out unique ways to add more walking into my day. Maybe if I go to a business, like if I go to Publix or Target or Walmart, I'll purposely park far so I can walk more to the store. Simple things you can do to incorporate goals into your existing routine. And finally, the one that is the most relevant are these YouTube videos, right? I'm filming these YouTube videos at a time where I have to get to work anyway. Like right now, when I'm done, I'm gonna go to work. And I'm gonna be in this car at some point, so I might as well film. I might as well make this a productive time of my day, and that's what I'm doing. You see, I'm not carving any extra time to accomplish this goal. It's just part of my routine. I could not do the filming now, and then after work, get home, do the film, do whatever editing I want to do, and I used to do that. And guess what? I failed. I failed to do that because sometimes after work, I was just tired. I don't want to do it, you know? But now doing it this way, it's like I have to go to work anyway, so I might as well just film while going to work. It's just fitting new goals into existing routines that I think will help you. So that's the first thing. Incorporating new goals into existing established routines. You want to reduce those barriers. The number two thing, that's very simple. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, break your goals into smaller tasks. Here's a very popular thing that people want to do. Everyone wants to save money. Everyone wants to be financially free. They want to have money for a vacation, money for a house, money to buy cool things, and they all say, I'm going to save $10,000 this month. How? I have no idea. That's not a good goal. You need to break it down into smaller tasks. Think about small things that you can do that can move the needle in the right direction. For example, someone that wants to save money might decide to open up a high yield savings account. So maybe your goal for the day or your goal for the week can be to open up a high yield savings account. Something else that you might do is, well, if I'm going to save money, I'm going to need to figure out a way to move some money that I get from my paycheck to my high yield savings account or an investments account. Maybe another goal for the day or another goal for the week is to start moving some amount of money from my checking account to my savings or investment account. It could be $10, it can be $50, it can be $100. These are small goals that will get the needle moving in the right direction. If you just tell yourself to save $10,000, what happens if on the last week of the month you haven't saved anything and you're like, oh my God, now I need to somehow save $10,000 in the span of a week? It's not going to happen. It's going to be much harder for you to fulfill your goal. Then you're going to spill over into the next month, and then you're just going to be back where you started with nothing to show for it. So break it into smaller tasks. Here's another one. Like, how can you get in shape? Okay, maybe you say, well, every single day I'm going to do one push-up. Okay, I'm going to do one push-up every single day, and I'll be able to get in shape. And then next week, I'll increase it to 2 push-ups every single day. And then 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. Instead of just saying, I'm going to go to the gym this week. I don't really know what that looks like, but I'm just going to go to the gym. Or I'm going to do more walking or more running. Anything, break it into smaller tasks. Do small things every single day that get the needle moving forward. Another example, if you want to get in shape, maybe you say, this week I'm going to add 1 veggie to my plate of food. I normally don't have veggies, but this week I'm just going to add some tomatoes. That's it. Don't go crazy and do things like I used to do, where it's like, I'm going to just start eating vegetables today and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to go and buy a bag of frozen veggies and put all of them on my plate because that's how you do it. Guess what? I failed at that. It's too much too soon. I bit more than I can chew, and it's just not going to work that way. Do small things that move the needle in the right direction. Okay? Here's another one. There's a lot of examples I have here. Let's say me. I'm a software engineer, right? You want to learn to code, so what do you decide? I'm going to get the latest and greatest machine. I'm going to take, I'm going to build the next Facebook. I'm going to build it. It's not going to work. Break it up into small things. Maybe this week you say, I'm going to complete a 10-minute tutorial this week, and that's all I'm going to do. right? Or maybe next week you say, I'm gonna write a very small app that I know that I can achieve. It's not too grand, nothing too crazy, but it'll definitely challenge me and get me to the next step. You see, the point of this step right here, breaking it to smaller tasks, and by the way, this is transferable to any domain in your life, whether it be work, relationships, goal setting. If you can learn to break complex things into smaller tasks, you will just become way more successful with anything you do in your life, and it'll be easier for you to reason about things, okay? The human brain doesn't like to process things in large chunks. We're much better at focusing on small things that move the needle in the right direction. I promise you, you will see a difference, and you will thank yourself for it, because it's just going to be a magical thing. I promise you, okay? The last thing here is premature optimization is the root of all evil. Okay, now I think I'm gonna start. I can start driving now because, I don't need the notepad for this one. So let's start our journey here. Premature optimization is the root of all evil. Okay, what does that mean exactly? This has happened to me so many times, and it's probably one of the things I do, let's say, the worst. Think about a hobby that you want to start. Maybe you want to start becoming a painter. Maybe you want to start becoming a streamer or a programmer. You want to start getting really into the gym. So what do? You go out and you say, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy Lululemon clothing. I'm going to get the coolest gym bag. I'm going to get all the cool protein shakes, the shaker bottles. I'm going to just go at it. I'm going to go and get the best class, man. This class is going to get me ripped in 90 days. It's going to be sick. I'm going to be so ripped in 90 days. It's going to be awesome. Or let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. What do? You say, oh, I saw this awesome camera at Best Buy. I'm going to go and get the latest and greatest camera at Best Buy. I'm going to get the coolest studio, the green screen backdrop, the studio lights. And I did all this, okay? I did everything that I'm telling you about right now. So it's happened to me, and I promise it can happen to you, and I want you to learn from my mistakes. Do you know what happens when you do that? You get all excited. You think to yourself, oh my God, this is going to be it. My life's going to change for the better. I'm just going to be the best version of myself. Not only do you end up not achieving what you set out to achieve, you also end up spending a lot of money, okay? You end up spending a lot of money. You don't do anything because the initial excitement wears off, and then you lose the consistency and the motivation. Do you know what the most important thing to do is? Focus on the basics. Focus on the most basic things that you can do that gets you started with whatever it is you want to do. What does it mean to get in shape? Okay, do you need the latest and greatest Lululemon clothing and Lululemon gym bag to get in shape? No. Do you know what you need to do? You need to get to the gym, I would say, at least twice a week. And if you've seen an earlier video of mine, don't even go to the gym with anything too specific. Focus on your compound movements. Start getting into the gym. If you want to be a YouTube streamer, channel, anything, do what I'm doing right now, because I'm telling you, this is what has worked for me. I have tried to create many YouTube channels before, and I wish you can, talk to family members. I have bought green screens, I have bought studio lights, I have bought better cameras, better tripods, all these things, thinking that this is what's going to help me. And then I see someone on YouTube that's filming on their phone becoming way more successful because they're just doing the thing. At the end of the day, we tend to get scared of the actual goal that needs to be fulfilled, right? Whether it be filming something like this or getting into the actual gym. So that's why I'm telling you, premature optimization is the root of all evil. Do not try to optimize anything that you don't yet have a consistent grasp on. If you haven't developed a habit yet, it doesn't matter the gear that you have or the expertise that you have, like a mentor or something like that. You haven't developed that resiliency and that grind set. So just don't spend time doing things that aren't going to move the needle forward. And I see this all the time. I'm sure you see it all the time. It may have even happened to you. Okay? Again, I can't stress enough. This channel that I'm doing right now has been the lowest barrier to entry for me ever on YouTube, right? And let's think about the three goals that we talked about, okay? The first one was incorporating routines into existing routines, like incorporating goals into existing routines, right? Me, I'm here, I'm driving the car. All right, I'm driving the car, I have to get to work, I'm filming the video. I've already accomplished step one there. Okay, number two is breaking things into smaller tasks. I could have said I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be the next Kai Cenat, right? Kai Cenat just passed 1 million subscribers on Twitch. Amazing. I wanted to make a video on him because he's so cool. To be honest, I don't even watch that much Kai Cenat, but I saw his speech with his mom there. I think that's his mom. And Phantom, and he's talking about God and all these things, and I'm like, that is so cool. I'm so happy for this guy, right? You know what I'm doing? I set a 30-day challenge for myself, and I said I need to film 5 videos every single week. That's all I need to do for 30 days. If I can get past that 30 days, I'm going to keep going after that. But I need to prove to myself that I can do it. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now, right? And finally, I'm not optimizing yet, right? Trust me, I have an iPhone 13. I would love to get the iPhone 17 because I feel like it would actually help the quality of the camera here. And there are some cool features that I think that I can use while filming that might help me make my videos maybe a little more interesting. And that all sounds fun, okay? But I need to build that foundation, right? Start from the humble beginnings. Rewards come with time, right? And that's the cool thing about this goal setting. Once you start accomplishing these small goals, you can reward yourself the more you do, right? Let's say you do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You can give yourself little presents along the way. Maybe after I make 90 videos, let's say. I'm doing 30, maybe after 90 I say, you know what? I've proven to myself that I can do this. Now it's time to actually upgrade a little bit because it's actually going to help me. It's a great investment into what it is I'm trying to do, and it will give me a good return on investment. That's a big deal too, the return on investment. So I'm doing all 3 things for my goals. So if you're watching this, this is what I want you to do, okay? Motivational Monday right here. It's gonna be a thing. I think it might be a thing. This is the thing. I want you, if you're watching this video, tell me about a goal that you're trying to achieve and tell me how you're going to achieve it using this 3 mindset shift plan that I gave you. I wanna hear it in the comments below. And I would love to start a conversation with you. I want to know all about what it is you're trying to do because all of us are trying to do something. All of us are trying to get to the next level. And it's really what life is about. Life is all about moving the needle in the right direction. So happy that I'm able to do this. I'm approaching my work right now. I could stop the video a little bit earlier, but I have like a minute left. And frankly, I don't really like stopping the video while I'm driving, okay? I know some people have told me like, oh, hey, you're filming while driving. Isn't that kind of dangerous? And to be honest, probably. But the camera's not so obstructive. It's very off to the side, you can probably tell. And most of the time, I look at the street. And also, as you can tell, one thing that really helps me is that I'm very close to the office. It's very easy for me to film. I don't have to drive that much. My commute is very sort of back roads, not too much traffic, not too much going on. So let me tell you, it's a great way to film. It's a great way to achieve my goals. It's exciting. I'm very excited. Things are going well. Okay, at the end of this 30-day challenge, maybe I'll make some sort of performance metrics and I'll show you all how it's gone. Because I know there's so many small YouTubers out there, including myself, that love to know about these performance metrics, you know? Because a lot of us are not trying to become these big time YouTubers. We just want a creative outlet. We just want to help people. We want to share cool ideas with people. We want to connect with the community. Humans are social creatures. This is what I'm trying to do. So maybe at the end of these 30 days, I'll say, hey, look, this is how I did. And hopefully that can inspire some of you all, if you have a similar goal, like starting a YouTube channel, to do it. And maybe I'll do the same in the 60 video, 90 videos. I was watching one of my favorite tech YouTubers the other day, MKBHD. And if you go to his oldest videos, he has these like update videos, like update 1.0, update 2.0, 3.0, so on and so forth. And he talks about like, oh, I hit 50 subscribers today. I hit 100 subscribers today, you know, so on and so forth. And that's so cool, man. Everyone started from these humble beginnings. You know, it makes you realize that if you just have the mindset, you have the desire, you can accomplish whatever it is you want. Okay, you are special in your own way, and you have talents that you can bring to the table that other people can't. So just know that. Just know that, all right? And one other thing, okay, Kai Cenat's stream, right? He talked about how much hate he got. And he really emphasized it. I mean, he's like, so much hate. And he kept going. People, I mean, I don't know, but I'm sure, I didn't see the hate myself, but people probably made fun of him. They called him names. They said, you're not going to go anywhere. And he didn't pay attention. Now he became one of the most famous entertainers in the world. In the world, okay? So you can do whatever it is you set your mind out to. Motivational Monday. I'm gonna hope to do this every single Monday, because I think it's a nice way to start the week. Mondays are hard, so let's make them motivational, at least, okay? With all that being said, guys, I hope everyone has an amazing start to their week. Leave me a comment below. Let me know your goals. Use the mindset framework that I gave you, the 3-step mindset framework. I want to hear about everything you're setting out to accomplish. If you like the content, like me, follow me, do all that fun stuff. I even have my Twitter linked on my YouTube page. You can follow me there. Sometimes I just write more stuff on my Twitter, so it's just like cool if you want to interact with me on that platform. Or X, it's not called Twitter anymore. I'm a little bit older. I still refer to it as Twitter. But anyway, guys, hope you all have a fantastic day. It's Monday. Let's get the week going. Let's be strong. It's going to be a great week. You know why? Because we already believe it. Isn't that right? All right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Later.